fuck with this shit, to be honest. Hold on, wait a minute while I pop my shit. What? Got them all sick, call the paramedics. Yeah. Niggas on my dick like I'm magnetic. They going insane, they schizophrenic. Niggas in love, they going dumb. Fuck all I like to be fucking a bum. Got me some hitters, they bumping their gums, but they only talent is swallowing cum. Heard you little niggas was looking for me. My presence alone gonna cost you a fee.
Hey, welcome to the Talk NOLA. Today we're joined by Esquire, Jade Martin. How do you want to be referred to throughout this interview?
Esquire.
Esquire, I love it. I love it, man. So, hey, what were you just listening to?
Obsessed, that's from my EP that I dropped last. Can I unmute my live?
Yeah, man, go ahead and unmute your live.
Okay.
It actually might pick up feedback, however.
Okay, let me see. I don't hear nothing.
We're good?
Yeah.
No, let's keep it going then.
Okay. So anyways, I was saying that's my song Obsessed from my EP that I dropped last year for Valentine's Day. That was the lead single. And yeah.
Okay, and most recently you just dropped TikTok, your song TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Walk me through that process of the recording, what inspired it, why TikTok?
Okay.
What were the themes?
So what happened was I don't remember if I was a junior or a senior in high school still. But it didn't even come about from the hook, like the whole TikTok thing.
Right.
That was last.
Okay.
The first thing that came about was the part where I was like, nah, they wanna fuck me, talking about they love me.
Right.
So that was the first part that came about, and then I let that shit sit for like 6 months at least.
Okay.
And then I came back with like new ideas for the beat that I was using at the time. Wrote the record, then I showed it to Angie, the girl that's on the record with me.
Okay.
I showed it to her, and she was like, "Oh, this is mad tough. Like, can I drop a verse on it?" And I was like, "Yeah, let me hear what you got." So she wrote her verse, showed me the verse. I was like, "Oh shit, this is mad tough." Then I came here, and I was informed that I cannot use beats that like I licensed from like YouTube and shit. So I was like, okay, I need to find a new beat for this song. So this is when I still had my laptop before I lost my fucking laptop.
Yeah. Before the interview started, I got a lot of juicy dramatic information, and amongst those items was the thievery that happened, that occurred with your entire bag and your entire laptop. Mm-hmm. God, man.
Yeah, these trifling ass people.
Trifling.
But it is what it is. So
nah, you're too casual about like a $2,000 laptop being stolen.
Okay, this is the thing. Like, I don't like to get stressed out about shit because it's just like not productive. So I like that's
a good point.
I'd be like, it is what the fuck it is. Move on. Figure out how to fix it. If I find the laptop, cool. If not, I'm working this summer and I could buy myself a new one.
So what are you working with in the meantime? Are you using school equipment?
All school equipment.
All school equipment.
Either that or my phone.
Okay.
So, yeah, so this is before I lost my laptop. I made the beat for the song. Mm-hmm. And then I made the beat for the song like the week before we went and recorded it in the studio too. Okay. Because I was like, I have to record this before I come back down here because she's not coming to New Orleans. I'm the only one that's enrolled in school. So I need to get this record done before I go the fuck back down south. So, made the beat for the record. Showed her the beat. She was like, okay, I'm going to like fix my verse to like match with it and whatever. Fixed the verse. Went to the studio. Recorded the record. Record came out great. And then, I don't know why. I really cannot tell you why. I do not know. I sat on the record for like 2 months. Mm-hmm. And then I dropped it at the end of March.
Okay, but dropped it at the end of March. What when you're trying to drop an album or a single or anything, is there a sense of anticipation that you're trying to build, or is it something that you just drop as soon as you're finished?
It depends. So I noticed that the most success that I have is when I build a lot of anticipation. But when I say a lot, it cannot be like just like a week or two in advance. Like I need to be promoting shit from like months. Okay.
When you're promoting, like what exactly are you thinking of? What do you want to convey when you're promoting your a show or a single or a song? What's that process like?
So at least for a song, because I haven't been able to record any music videos yet. Okay. So when I'm promoting, like this is the name of the song, this is the cover art and all of that shit. Like I like to show my process.
Okay. Fair.
In promoting my record. So like I'll be in the studio, I'll go live while I'm in the studio, and people could see me while I'm recording a new song, or after I'll post a snippet of the song, and then I kind of just work with that. Or I'll like post a screenshot of myself listening to the song, like shit like that. Since I don't have like videos.
Okay. Well, I mean, that obviously makes sense.
Yeah.
But you eventually do want to get into music videos?
Of course. That's one of my biggest goals for the year.
What kind of theme are you as an artist? You know, if you can describe yourself in 3 words, how would that be?
Cocky. That's definitely gonna be my first one. Cocky as fuck, actually.
Do you think it's cocky or confident, or is there a difference?
In my music, definitely cocky.
Okay.
Definitely cocky. Definitely, I'm better than you.
Okay.
Like that's, I don't feel like that in real life, but like I love to put that in my music. So definitely cocky.
How far do you feel like that has brought you in your music career since the beginning?
It's brought me pretty far.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's brought me pretty far.
Do you think it's brought you more positive or negative attention? Because a lot of people, they might have a problem with that, which personally I love when an artist is cocky and just so confident of their ability to create good music, and I just love seeing that in artists. But a lot of people take that in many different ways, but I want to hear what you think about it.
It's mostly got me positive feedback.
I love that. Man, I love that.
It really just started getting a little negative since I got here.
Okay.
Which was kind of surprising, being that there's a lot of music majors here. It hasn't really been music majors hating on me, but like,
do you feel like it's just a competition that people see you as a threat, maybe?
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the music. I don't know if it's because of my looks. I don't know if it's because of my energy. I don't know what it is. But back home, everyone loved me. Like,
so
I'm good in my city.
Yeah, you are from New York City, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Where were you born in New York?
So I was technically born in Manhattan.
Okay.
I grew up in the Bronx.
Got you.
Yeah.
So what was the music like over there when you were growing up? Because you moved from New York City, well, the Bronx, to immediately to New Orleans to just go to school here, right? There was no other locations?
So I grew up in the Bronx until I was around like 12, and then my mom moved to Connecticut. Like my dad moved to Jersey for like a year, but then not a year, like 3 years.
Right.
And then we came back. But there was always at least one parent in New York, and I always went to school in New York. So I grew up in the Bronx. My mom moved to Connecticut, so that was really the only other location, like
right.
high school at least.
Right.
And then after high school, I came here.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
So you moved around just a little bit.
Yeah, but like my home base has always been New York.
Okay. And for music, has it always been hip hop and R&B and rap?
No, actually, when I was a kid, I loved like pop music.
Right.
But I've always loved R&B.
Honestly, I feel like you do incorporate themes of popular music into your music. You know, am I far off with that or not really?
I mean, like, sort of. Like,
Okay.
I try to be unique with it.
Right.
But like, I do try to, I don't want to say adhere to industry standards, but I do try to like adhere to like some industry
got
standards.
you. Yeah, I'm not saying you got like cookie cutter songs or anything, but I feel like there are pop elements in a definite good way. Absolutely. But it's just things I noticed. But even your voice sounds like a mainstream artist would sound.
Thank you.
You know, so you are primarily an underground rapper. I wanted to talk to you about your time in New York City and your opportunity to freestyle on DTF radio. How did that come about?
So that came about, it was from like my first actual like showcase that I did, like professional showcase.
Right.
Vero G, she had reached out to me and she was like, oh, like I have the show and da-da-da-da. So, you know, I looked it up and I was like, okay, I can fuck with this. So, like, I got all the information. She was like, okay, this is the day that you're going to come through. So, I had to go to school that day too because I was still in high school. I was a junior in high school. So, got up, you know, went to school, did all I had to do, took pictures that day. I don't know what made me take pictures that day, but I took pictures. So then went, did that. Right after school, I had to go all the way to Brooklyn. It was like an hour to get there from school. And then I went and we did the interview. And then I did my little freestyle from my mixtape. But that was not even from my mixtape because I scrapped that song. Both songs. But yeah.
Wow. You know, I imagine you're, 17 years old at the time?
16.
You were 16 years old. Okay. You're getting called over to this radio station, 25,000 plus followers on Instagram, on their socials. You know, what was your main takeaway from this spotlight being put on you?
I mean, it wasn't really too nerve-wracking because I've been performing forever. Like, the very first time I like hit the stage professionally, I was 13. I did it at the Apollo Theater. So I kind of knew what to expect.
Wow, the Apollo Theater. What was the gig for?
It was amateur night.
Oh, wow. Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
But yeah, continue to expand.
But yeah, so like it wasn't really too like, the only thing it was like, okay, I've never been at like a radio station on like a show being interviewed and freestyling. It wasn't even really a freestyle because I'm not gonna lie, I can't freestyle for shit. Like, I just can't go up top. I have to like sit down and write all my music.
That you came prepared?
I definitely came prepared. I was like, y'all not about to catch me slipping. So I came, I knew what beat I was gonna use. I was like, y'all not about to catch me lacking on this motherfucker. Because if I go up there and I embarrass myself, everybody's catching a fade.
Honestly, I feel like when people come and they're expected to freestyle, I do feel like they gotta come prepared in some sort of level.
Yeah.
You know, because like, how embarrassing would that be just to absolutely fall flat on your face on live radio?
Exactly. Like, I can't do that. My ego is too big for that. I can't let that happen to me. But like, there's only been a handful of people that I've seen that can actually like freestyle for real, like just straight off the top. You don't have to sit down and think about it.
Right.
You just do it. And I don't know how the hell they do it because I just can't.
Where did you most often see that? Was that in the Bronx?
It was at any of the events that I really did.
Oh, okay.
So like it would be in the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan. It was mostly Brooklyn and Queens where the events were held. And then when I went to the studio with K Goddess to do Overload,
right,
she freestyled her verse. All of her parts, she freestyled that shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's remarkable.
And I was like, what the fuck? How the fuck are you doing this?
What venue do you feel has been most impactful towards your career?
I want to say the Apollo Theater.
But you played that once?
Twice.
Okay, so were they both for the amateur night? Mm-hmm. Okay. What is amateur night? I've never heard of this opportunity before.
Okay, so amateur night it's one of like the biggest things for like performers in my city. So you go, you audition and whatever. They give you 90 seconds. If they've seen enough, they'll cut you off before the 90 seconds. They did it to me, so I was scared shitless. So I did my audition, and they were like, "Oh, like we want you on the show and whatever." But anyways,
was this like a national television show, or it's just like a performance show
in New York? And you come to the theater, and everyone watches you. So
gotcha.
Here's the thing about what it is, right? Here's the thing with the audience. They're allowed to boo you if they don't fuck with you. They will boo you off that stage. Not me though. Y'all be safe out there. But like, they will boo you off that stage. I've seen it in person. I'm like, ain't no fucking way.
Oh no. Oh man. What was their response to Esquire?
Oh, they love me.
Yeah.
They love me. I didn't win, but they loved me.
How far? Well, I mean, to get to like, what was the difference between you and the person that won?
So, let's say, I'm not going to say that rappers aren't really favored, but like 9 times out of 10, everyone's going to pick a singer over a rapper.
All right.
So,
why do you think that is?
I don't know. I guess people feel like there's more talent that goes into singing than rapping, which like valid, but like no. Like it's just as hard to sit down, write a song to the beat, make sure it sounds good on the beat, or even if you're writing without a beat and put a beat to it after, you have to make sure it sounds good with the beat, and you have to make sure you're flowing right. You got to make sure your rhymes are on point. Wordplay, if you really want to be a good rapper, you got to have some kind of wordplay. So I feel like people don't recognize that as much as they recognize, someone, really hitting them notes when they singing like a Beyonce song or something. No disrespect to the singers, because I love a good singer, but like a lot of people don't recognize the talent that goes into actually making an actual original song versus just singing someone else's song.
That's understandable. Do you do any singing as well, or is it strictly nothing? Are you a bad singer?
I can't sing for
sing
shit.
in the shower? Really?
I mean, I sing in the shower.
What's your go-to shower singing song?
If I'm like actually singing and not like rapping. It would probably be something by either Keke Palmer or Money Long.
Okay.
Keke Palmer's been my favorite singer since I was a little kid.
Well, with that being said, let's get into some of the artists that have inspired this journey. I'd really love to hear that input.
Okay. So, Keke Palmer's been my favorite singer.
There we go. Okay,
right?
again. Yeah, go ahead.
But rapping wise, it was really. I love Nicki. Nicki is an inspiration. But what got my career started for real was Cardi, actually.
Really?
Yes. Because the very, very, very first rap that I wrote, I remixed a Cardi song.
Which song?
I don't even know if it's still on platforms, but it's called Strip a Hoe.
Strip a Hoe.
Yeah.
Would it be like on Spotify?
I hope, because I love that song.
I would. Well, keep talking while I try to pull this up.
I remixed that song. Okay. That was the first original rap that I wrote. The first time me like rapping on stage, I did her other song. It's called On Fleek. But I did it like at a middle school talent show. I had to like change all the lyrics to make sure it was clean. So that was my first time really writing something. It was just like substituting cuss words and shit.
Okay.
Now look at me cussing. Ain't that fucking crazy?
You got to live your own life. Live by your own rules, you know?
But I was in 8th grade and I probably would have got like, you know, ISS if I would have cussed on stage like that. So.
Is that like a school, ISS, is that like a school punishment?
In school suspension.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I had to substitute all the curse words and then I did. Everyone loved it. And some people had told me then that like, oh, like you should rap. And I was like, no, I don't want to be a rapper. Then what happened was my stepmom, we were talking because I was listening to this Cardi song and I wanted to remix the other Cardi. Like I wanted to like do the same thing that I did with the On Fleek song.
Yeah.
With a different song. She was like, why don't you just write your own rap? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't think I could rap. And then she was like, just fucking try it. So I sat there for like a month on this beat with the Stripper Hoe song that I told you about.
Yeah.
Sat there for like a month, writing, rewriting again, and then rewriting a 4th time. Took me like 5 tries before it actually sounded good. Then it sounded good. I was like, okay, I fuck with this. And then I never performed that remix. But there was another Cardi song. I was obsessed with Cardi. So there was another Cardi song. That song was called Trick. I remixed that song. And then I performed that at a middle school talent show. And then that's when everyone was like, okay, he's actually a really good rapper. And then I was like, wait, I'm a really good fucking rapper. I can do this shit. And then that's how that came about.
How old were you when you found your voice?
What do you mean?
Well, I feel like most artists have a distinct voice or maybe persona per se that really distinguishes themselves as an individual, you know, as an original artist. So I'm asking you, at what age or how old were you when you discovered your originality? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. I kind of figured it out when I first did the Apollo. Because, so I did the audition that September of, 2018.
How old were you when you first did the Apollo, by the way?
It
was 13, right?
When I auditioned, I was 12.
Okay. God, man. A preteen.
Yeah.
Really going for it.
When I auditioned, I was 12. When I performed, I was 13. Got my braces off 2 weeks before because I was not about to hit that stage with no braces. Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, we'll continue. I'm going to allude back to this, but continue with your thought.
So I was like, okay, I can't just get up there and do like a Cardi B remix. So I just started like looking through beats and I was like kind of like just like honing my craft because I was like, I need to like be able to like flow on my own without like copying someone else's flow because that's what I was doing.
Okay.
I would listen to like Cardi's flow on the song.
Right.
I'm like, okay, put your own lyrics on that shit. So I would do that. And then it got to a point I was like, okay, let me try to make my own flow on a whole new beat. No influence. Just do it. And I did it. It sounded horrible at first. Made it work. And then I just practiced for like, it was more than a month. I went really hard with practicing the week before, but I was practicing for like at least 2 months. From when I got the date of when I was going, I was practicing.
Wow. What made you want to get into this in the first place? Why did music become everything that you're working for?
I don't really know, to be honest. Like, at first, it was just fun. At first, I was like, okay, like, I'm good at this. I could, like, fuck around with this. Because I used to want to be a lawyer. I know. Okay. Big jump. But
actually, strangely enough, it's not too big of a jump. A lot of law schools, they like, when people apply, They like seeing bachelors in music.
Really?
Yeah, they like seeing those degrees. Surprisingly.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that'll be down the line. Not likely, but maybe. Yeah. So I wanted to be a lawyer, and then I was like, okay. When it was the Apollo, like when I first got everything for the Apollo, I was like, okay, maybe I could make a career out of this because I'm about to hit one of the biggest stages in my city for performers. So I was like, okay, maybe I should actually take this serious. And my mom, she was like, well, I'm not going to take you serious until you take yourself serious. So I was like,
very smart woman.
Fuck, I need to take myself serious.
Nothing like your mama inspiring you, you know?
So I was like, I need to take myself serious because I want to be able to go to the studio and shit. And she said she's not giving me no funding until I'm actually serious about this shit. I mean, my dad and my stepmom would have put me in the studio before that.
Do you feel that was fair of her to say?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay.
Because she was like helping me out with like, you know, getting my, like kind of like honing my craft to make it sound better.
Right.
So I had everyone in my corner, which I'm really grateful for that because a lot of people don't. A lot of people do not have anybody in their corner. They're just making some shit shake. How
do you handle criticism or backlash related to your identity or music?
I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I ignore it. I am not Mother Teresa. I do not ignore shit. I need to learn how to stop, but I respond in turn.
Gotta have the last word.
Every single time. Maybe not the best thing for PR, but like I do respond in turn. I try to hold my tongue a little bit because I can be a little vicious. So like I gotta make sure I don't get canceled.
Yeah, and you do preach about if it's not productive towards your time, don't bother with it. Like how you're just alluding back to the laptop. But what are some examples of that happening?
Well, Lloyd Confess. I love Lloyd Confess though. I watch that page religiously, but when
what do you think's behind it?
I have no idea.
God, I'd love to know.
I have no idea. You know, someone accused one of my friends of being behind it.
Really?
My friend Yanni. They accused her of being behind it. And we're like, what the fuck? Because they were talking shit about her on there too. So I'm like, how the fuck is she behind it? And they talking shit about her.
To save her identity. To save her identity. 100%.
But, so yeah, they went on Lloyd Confess and they were like, oh, Esquire's music is actually ass. Someone needs to shut that man up. And I was like, bitch, like, what are you doing? First off, your pussy is fuck for going behind an anonymous page. Right. That was the first thing I said. I said, say it to my face though, bet you won't.
Right.
And then I was like, fuck you.
Right.
And then in the same week, I found out that someone from back home was talking shit about me too. Talking about, oh, Esquire never sold out a show. I never said I did, by the way. I'm never gonna lie. I never said I sold out a show because I never sold out a show. Like, oh, them events he performing in, they be empty as fuck and nobody be fucking with his music. Let the record show. In December, I did an event. I won that event.
Yeah.
First place prize. So who's not fucking with who? But after that, I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not gonna do no social media shit. So from now on, any, let's say, grievances I have, I'm putting it in the booth.
Right. Hey, this Saturday's got to be different. That room's going to be packed.
Yeah.
It's going to be filled.
Everyone's excited.
What would you say to the haters right now?
Fuck you and fuck your mother. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. On that cheery note, how do you use your music as a form of self-expression and empowerment?
Anger management.
Anger management?
That's first and foremost. If I'm mad, I'm putting that to a record.
Right.
Every single time. Every single fucking time. And it works wonders.
What song do you feel like is your angriest?
Run It.
Run It? Why that song in specific?
Because I wrote it when I was like really, like I was genuinely angry. I was like arguing with people and I was like, what the fuck? Like, no, I'm fucking mad. So I went, wrote the shit. I wrote it in like 2 hours.
Okay.
Wrote it. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. But usually my music is for like getting aggression out or like if I'm like feeling something because I don't really be crying or whatever. So I'm like, I'm going to just put it in the music. So really it's kind of like therapy. That and Mortal Kombat.
The game, the video game? Mm-hmm. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, let's hear what you got with Run It. Oh, that's literally a Mortal Kombat tag right there. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. All right.
Like this, not sending shots, but I don't miss. Not throwing shade, it ain't personal, but where it the shoe fits. You niggas whack, you niggas weird. Be gay as fuck, calling me a queer. I just a part of me, you disappear. Guess I'm the one you niggas fear. I'm not with the diss, no politicking. These niggas pussy, so I call them kittens. Catty nigga, I could call them mittens. These the niggas that shot me kissing. Roaches, that's what it's giving. How a dirty nigga got your pussy dripping. Nasty nigga, that pussy.
Yeah, angry. What is that? What is that first line?
I said, let me start it off like this. Not sending shots, but I don't miss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on from there.
Not throwing shade, it ain't personal, but wear it if the shoe fits. You
Okay.
niggas whack, you niggas weird. Be gay as fuck, calling me a queer.
Okay, what the All right, break down that line for me, because that immediately caught my ear.
Okay, because it's been my experience that, because everyone knows I'm openly gay, I don't really give a
Yeah.
fuck. It's been my experience that the ones who really have a problem be the ones that really take dick in the butt on the low.
Really?
Yes,
And why do you think that is?
because they're scared that no one will accept them, so they
But
want to make.
It's supposed to be a community, though. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's about inclusion. How does that make any sense?
The gay community be exclusive among themselves.
Wow.
If you really want to clock it, yes.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the current state of like the LGBTQ plus representation in the music industry?
Not enough,
Okay.
especially in the rap industry. Not enough.
What do you think of openly gay rappers like Lil Nas X, for example?
That's my man.
Yeah?
I love him.
Do you feel like he's representing the community well?
For the most part, I think he be doing some extra shit. Like, it's funny.
Right.
I can see why some people wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But,
I feel like that's what he's going for at the end of the day. Like, sacrilegious, satirical, ironic.
Which, like, because a lot of people, they'll be like, oh, you know, being gay is a sin. So,
Right. Yeah.
Okay, watch. I'm gonna sin like a motherfucker.
It's more like probably like proving a point. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can you share any experiences of discrimination or let alone like acceptance maybe within the music industry?
Okay, going back to K Goddess, because I did a showcase. We in 2024 now, right?
We are in 2024. In fact.
Alright, so I did a showcase in 2022.
Okay. Going back 2 years.
It was like this event was like a competition event, right? And I went up there performing, mind you. I was 16. Yeah, I was 16.
Your birthday is coming up, correct?
In October.
And
Yeah.
So okay, we'll get into that later.
So at the time I was 16, went, did the performance and shit. And like, so she was a guest judge for the event. And first thing she said to me, well, she said it to me, but she was really talking to the audience. She was like, yo, y'all all need to give him his props for coming up here as an openly gay rapper and doing his shit. So I was like, I fucks with her. Like, that made me feel really good because I know that, like, the rap industry is very, I'll say it, they're very fucking homophobic. When they all, not all, but a lot of them fuck each other. So I don't know why.
Right.
But, yeah, that was like the big thing with like acceptance. But like when I'm on stage, cause you know, I say gay shit in my songs, I'll see dirty looks and shit, but I'm like, I'm still rapping better than you. So what the fuck is the problem? You getting bodied by a gay nigga, now what?
And that is your people rap about their sexuality all the time anyways, or
Exactly.
sing about it. The only difference is it's hetero.
Exactly.
You know? So, you know, we are in 2024. We probably do have to evolve maybe just a little bit more. With that being said, how do you connect with your audience through your performances?
I love crowd participation.
Yeah?
I love crowd participation.
What are
I
some
love,
examples?
Like, talking to the audience, like call and response shit, or nowadays I've been working on making like more catchy records so they could like actually sing it with me.
Okay.
Because before I used to just like talk my shit. But yeah, I love to interact with my crowd, and I always find that gets a better reception too.
What makes a song catchy?
Besides repetition, definitely like hard punchlines, like something that's gonna like, oh shit, he just fucking said that? What the fuck? So that's really two of my biggest things. I want to have like a nice catchy hook, like something that's like repetitive but not like overly repetitive to the point where it's like annoying. But also I want to like in my verses, I want to like go hard and like, okay, he's actually saying some shit and I gotta like sit down and like listen.
Do you often storytell in your music?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I'm a bit of a private person.
Okay.
So if I am gonna, a lot of the stories that I tell in my music are about, I want to say like ex-flings and shit. It'll be that, or like if I have a problem, like I'll just like talk shit. I wrote this one song. It's not out. I don't know if I'm gonna release it or not. But I'll be straight up. I was going through like a little depression in November, and I put it in the music. And I wrote like a really like real ass song, and I just like let everything the fuck out. That's really the most storytelling that I've done in my music. Like it felt good. I don't know if I want to put it to the public because I don't like people in my business.
So that song that you put everything out, it has not been published?
Has not been published.
Okay.
Hasn't even been recorded. Actually, I just had the lyrics.
How do you feel publishing that would change your career trajectory?
I don't really know that it would, to be honest.
Right. Do you think anyone would see you differently?
Probably.
Yeah. In what ways?
Like, they wouldn't really see. They would see past like the tough exterior, I guess, for lack of a better word, because I keep my game face on 24/7.
Right.
When I'm
As you
outside,
should.
When people see me, I have my game face on. When I'm on social media, I have my game face on. So it would kind of be me not having my game face on, which is scary to me. Because now it's like, okay, now you have something that you could talk shit about.
So you just don't want to give them the opportunity.
I don't want to give them ammunition.
Right. Interesting. How do you see your music evolving in the future?
I mean, I definitely want to become more comfortable with being more vulnerable in my music.
Right. But it seems like in your current state, you're really trying to avoid that.
Most definitely. I know it's not the best thing at all, but like, I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable. But
do you feel like anger is vulnerable?
In a way. For me, it's just, if I'm feeling any negative emotion, unless it's like really profound, I kind of just translate it into anger. Because that's easier to feel.
Okay.
Versus like some like complicated ass emotion that I don't have a word for. Like I know how to be angry, and I know how to deal with my anger to where it's not gonna affect anyone else. I know how to just deal with my anger and move past it. Like I have my own ways of managing my anger. Sometimes if I get too angry, it fails, but like for the most part, I'm good.
Did we finish the 3 words to describe? Did we just get through cocky? And
We did get through.
Oh my God.
Get through cocky.
Wow, dude, our rants just go on. Let's run that back because now we're talking. You were talking about anger, and it made me think of the question again. What? Oh man, what 2 other words would you use to describe yourself?
Okay, so
that's hilarious.
So the first one was cocky. The second one, I'll probably say, I don't know. Is cocky and sexy the same thing?
You said sexy?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so I'll say sexy. And then the last one, I'll probably say,
I'm sorry. Like sexy music, sexy identity. What are you going for with the sexy? Or sexy everything?
identity, want to make it into music.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
So you want to have like, are you shooting for a seductive sound at some point in the future? Yeah, there's a shy head nod.
Because like, I've been told that I have sex appeal. I know I have sex appeal. Just like me, I know. Like I'm a fucking sex symbol. I say it all the time.
What
So,
gives you the sex appeal? Is it your confidence? Is it the way you look? What feeds that image?
Mostly confidence. My mom keeps calling me like I'm on.
Well, no, pick her up. Okay, that's your mama.
Because I don't want to.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Mom, I'm on an interview. I'm doing an interview right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, love you, bye.
Go watch it.
What is it?
It's on. I'm live on Instagram right now.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Shout out the moms of the world.
I love my mom.
Shout out the moms of the world. You know,
What was I saying?
We're talking about your sex appeal and what gives you the sex appeal.
Yes. So definitely confidence. I'm always gonna credit it to my looks too. But you can have good looks and you could be not confident at all. At least to me, that kind of degrades the sex appeal a little bit.
Right.
Like, you could be one of the most stunning people I've ever seen in life. But like, if you're not confident, it's kind of like,
I feel like that there's a certain sex appeal towards, you know, because in a way, I feel like it's very prominent that women kind of run this industry in a way that they drive sales, you know. Oh, with that being said, that there definitely is an appeal towards the shy, attractive guy. Would you say that exists?
like in me or in general?
No, absolutely not in you, because you're anything but a shy guy. I'm talking about in general.
In general, most definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most definitely.
It feels like almost as if there's a demographic really for anyone. But yeah, to expand on this discussion, let's get to that third adjective.
Okay, cocky, sexy, and
I love
no,
that.
because like I need to make sure that I have like my other two, so I don't repeat it. What would be the last one? Unapologetic.
Unapologetic.
There we go. Yeah.
What role does being unapologetic have in your artistry?
I say whatever I want, when I want, and genuinely give no fucks about who has a way to feel about it.
Did you grow up this way? Or did you have to...
I was raised this way.
Oh, okay, I was going to ask if you had to embody this persona to take on this industry, but to me, it feels like you have always been this way, just out the womb.
Yeah, listen, I was just on the phone with my mom. She is queen unapologetic. Like...
Same with my mama, actually.
Yeah, like...
Where's your mom's from?
She's from Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn? Okay. My mom's Nicaraguan.
Oh, period.
Yeah. So, do you have any Hispanic heritage at all?
My dad's Puerto Rican.
Okay. You do look Puerto Rican to me. It looks like you got more of the Puerto Rican side.
No, that's so crazy because people usually tell me I'm like a perfect mix between my mom and my dad.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Like, I'll be with my dad to be like, oh my God, you look just like your dad. I'll be with my mom to be like, oh my God, you and your mom are twins. I'm like, okay, so who do I look like then? Like, what the hell?
That's a good point. That is a very good point. I don't know who I look more like. My mom or my dad. That's crazy that your genetics have a role in deciding of which side of the spectrum you look more like.
Because I've seen people, they be like, I'm like, damn, you look just like your mom. You look just like your dad. Like, they'll be straight up twins.
Yeah. Do you have any siblings?
I have a little brother. He's 2.
Oh man, congrats.
Thank you.
What's it like being the big brother?
It's interesting.
Why so? That's also kind of a really huge age gap.
Yeah. So like, technically, I'm the oldest child, but I grew up as an only child. But yeah, being an older brother is definitely interesting. Because my stepmom had him when I was 16.
Right.
So I'm basically like parent number 3. You know, even though I'm not like financially contributing to it.
Right.
But like, I help like, you know, I had to change this kid's diaper. Okay, like
I would never do that with my little brother. It was always...
I said that too, but then it got to a point where I had to, and I was like, fuck.
It was always the middle brother. My brother, shout out my brother Nathan Aviel, great football player. But I always laid the responsibility on him, man.
Yeah, you lucked out. Yeah, you fucking lucked out. I had to change a shitty diaper.
I didn't want any of that.
It got on the bed.
No. Yeah, I remember he was wiping my brother's behind. And he starts letting it rip on him while he's brushing it. Man, being a baby is crazy.
Yeah.
Do you think life is more peaceful as a baby?
Yes and no. Because as a baby or like just as a kid in general, you have more restrictions. But at the same time, you have no responsibilities at all. So it's kind of a give and take. Like, you can't do whatever you want. But you also kind of get to do whatever you want because you don't have any actual responsibilities to like answer to.
Do you think, you know what's kind of weird? The circle of life. Do you think we work just to get to that point of no responsibilities? It's like we almost work to be babies again. Isn't that kind of crazy to think about?
Oh shit. I never thought about it that way.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
That is crazy because I never thought about it that way. Like, wait. Oh my God. That's crazy.
That is kind of crazy. Okay. Let's talk about the impact that you hope to have on this industry. What kind of figure do you want to be 5-10 years from now?
For lack of a better word, I want to be a legend. I want to be like a household name. I want to be someone 10 years down the line, they still going to be listening to my music from 2023, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
So I want to be one of those.
Why the name Esquire? What inspired?
Because of the lawyer thing. Because Esquire is the title that you get after you graduate law school.
Right.
And it was actually my mom who suggested it to me.
That's very
the
cool.
Esquire name. And then I was like,
Was the dollar sign your idea?
The dollar sign is my idea.
Figured. Figured. What does your mom think of the dollar sign?
She loves it.
Yeah, it's really cool. That's really, really, really cool. So so those are your goals, those are your aspirations. Are they any further than being a legend? Is there anything else that you hope to achieve? Maybe in the LGBTQ plus community?
I definitely want to be someone who like younger people could like look up to. Not in terms of like what I say, but like because I don't.
I mean, why not? Be unapologetic. I feel like we need more of that.
I mean, but like, yeah, I don't want an 11-year-old being like, oh yeah.
Oh, maybe not 11 years old.
I'm gonna fuck him in the back seat.
Maybe
Like,
not all that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so like at a certain age, like if you're 16, alright, cool, because that's when I started, really popping shit.
Yeah.
But like,
damn,
when you get under that age, you better not be singing my shit. I don't give a fuck. You're with your parents. You're alone. Don't let a single cuss word come out of your mouth. If I'm saying fuck that nigga in the backseat, send him home in a taxi, whatever. That's a reference to the song I'm performing on Saturday.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want you singing that shit. You can listen to it, enjoy it, don't sing it, and don't do it.
What was life? And if I overstep any boundaries here, please feel free to tell me, because this is kind of my first time asking these kind of questions. But what was life growing up as a gay rapper in the Bronx or in any community that you were raised in?
Well, I didn't really like figure out the whole gay thing until I was like 12. But like,
what was that process like? I've always been curious.
I don't really know,
because there's some people saying, "Oh, you're born like that. You figure it out because of environment." And I've really never asked an openly gay person about it.
I don't really know. Like, it was kind of weird. Like, at first I thought I was bisexual. And then like, so I came out as bisexual. Damn.
Oh yeah, that was loud. Is your hand good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, cool.
I came out as bisexual when I was 12. I came out as gay when I was in 10th grade. So like, it took me like 3 years to figure out like, okay, maybe I don't actually like girls. I mean, I'm friends with, all my friends are girls. Like, I like girls friends-wise, but like,
right.
I'm like, I don't think I actually like girls. So I don't know what it really was that was like, okay, maybe not. It kind of just happened for me. Like, it's different for everybody, but like, it was kind of like, I just know. And like, even in high school, at least freshman year, like, I would get questions like, oh, how you know you gay if you never fucked the girl? Mind you, this is a virgin straight man. How you know you straight if you never fucked the girl? If you never, I mean, wait, no. Wait.
Go ahead.
Right, they'd be like, oh, how you know, they're like, how you know you gay if you never fucked the girl? Okay, how you know you straight if you never fucked the boy?
Right.
Like, what?
I mean, hey, that's a fair counter.
Exactly.
That's a fair counter.
Exactly. So, I'm like, just like you know that you straight and you don't like dick, I know that I'm gay and I don't like vagina. Like,
it's just, it's different for everybody.
Exactly.
And we definitely need to respect this, especially in this industry.
Right.
You know? But yeah, man. How do you engage with your fans and your community? Because I know you like your socials. So how do you communicate with them both online and offline?
Well, as of right now, a lot of my friends are my friends. So we just be together talking shit, or be on FaceTime talking shit, in the DMs talking shit. And when I say talking shit, I don't mean like negatively. Like, we just
chopping it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But on social media, I love a good live stream.
Right, yeah.
I love being live, especially me and my girl Angie. We be on live all the time, talking shit, unlimited shit. That's gang for real. I love her. But I love a good live. I love on Snapchat. I be on my private story all the time, but that's only for like my diehard people. Like,
right.
I have 2 private stories. Like, I have my regular private. It's called Esquire Shitpost. So I'll just post like stupid shit. It's mostly memes. And then my other one I want to change the name. I don't know what I'm going to change the name to, but it's called Chronicles of a Slut.
Wow.
And then that's when I really like will be on there talking. Like I might pop shit. I might say something funny. Like
Right.
that's like the unpredictable.
I'm going to throw a scenario at you right now. Let's say a big time record executive, he's listening in on this interview right now. What is something that you would say to him that would pique his interest and his curiosity? What makes you different from other rappers going on, and why should they be interested in you?
Well, for starters, I write everything that I spit, which is something that a lot of people cannot say. You go and look on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you see the credits of people's songs, they'll be like, yeah, I write all my own shit. You got 3 other writers on your record, bro. You're not writing your own shit. I write everything. Hook, lyrics. If I'm lucky, I might be able to make the beat too. So one thing about me, one thing that I will always market is my originality.
Right.
Because that's always been one of my biggest selling factors.
Well, the thing is, you have collaborated with other artists in the past. What's that process like with selecting an artist and choosing to team up and join forces, whether it's an artist or a producer?
Well, I haven't really gotten to like work with any producers
Right.
yet. But in terms of like artists, I usually will have a song in mind.
Right.
Well, I'll have to listen to the artist first, right? I'll like
course.
do my research. Like, okay, this is the type of music that they make. I gotta like the artist for the most part. I mean, most of the kids down the line, I probably will like wind up working with artists who I don't, not that I don't like, but like I don't listen to their music.
Right.
You know
No,
what I mean?
I understood.
But you're like, okay, I like this artist. I have this record. I think this artist would sound good on that record. Let me see if they agree. So like with K Goddess, for example, because this is my biggest record to date, Overload.
Yeah.
With K Goddess, it was a long process getting her to do a song with me. It started during quarantine, actually. That's when I first like started listening to her. I did like a little remix to one of her songs, and then that's when she started following me and shit. And then 2022, I performed in front of her for the first time, and that was when I originally asked like, oh, like, you know, I want to get you on a record. It was supposed to be the remix to the very first song that I have out. It's called Hackers. Don't play it.
I listened to your entire discography within the past week. What do you mean don't play it? It's not a bad song.
It's not a bad song, but like, it's
I mean,
not...
there's definitely evolution, but dude, at the end of the day, it's also 2022. You know?
I know, but I'm like, like, it's a good song. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, it doesn't accurately represent who I am now.
Yeah, but why Hackers? Why the name Hackers?
So that was supposed to be a single for an EP that I was supposed to do. It was supposed to be like a technology themed EP.
Okay. Okay.
The EP did not come about.
Okay. Was that an artistic decision, or were there just circumstances that prevented it from happening?
Circumstances, and then it became an artistic decision.
Okay.
Because of those circumstances. Because if I really was like, okay, no, I'm gonna do this either way, that EP is gonna come out. I don't give a fuck if it's 2027 and we about to graduate. That shit was still gonna come out.
Absolutely.
But I just decided, I was like I started getting older and like not moving away from that sound, but like evolving in my craft. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna move away from this. That's when I came up with other ideas. I have a mixtape that I have an idea for. I'm not gonna say the name.
Keep that suspense. No, that's understandable.
But I don't even know if I'm gonna do that because I'm always evolving, but then at the same time, like with that evolution comes new ideas, and those new ideas make those old ideas sound like bad ones. So it's just a matter of like executing it quickly.
You don't feel like an audience would respect that though?
What do you mean?
Well, I would feel like almost as they're progressing with you, you know, they're just starting with you and they're just watching you evolve. I keep saying that word evolve, but I feel like it's prominent in the discussion. I don't know. I feel like to a certain extent, an audience would probably appreciate that.
I mean, like, true, like, but it also gets to a certain point. Like, I'm not gonna drop a song that I wrote 2 years ago. You know? What I mean?
and of course you don't want to drop a song that's bad.
Right.
Like we don't aim to make bad music at all. But I've always seen the progress. It's something cool to look back on.
Like, most definitely, but I don't know. Maybe down the line I might decide to, drop some like vintage Esquire.
Some throwbacks. Yeah. That'd be cool. What was your first song ever?
My first song ever. I'm my own worst critic, I know. But my first song ever, it was a song called Pressure. I took it down because it sounded even worse than Hackers. I mean, it was okay, but I took it down because I was like, I listened to it, I'm like, I get embarrassed. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take it down.
Oh man,
I kept Hackers up because I was like, okay, people actually fuck with this song, so I'm gonna keep it up for the public. I don't like it no more. But the very first song was Pressure. That was the first song I ever put out. And then after that, the next song I did was Hackers. I wrote other songs in between, but the next song I released was Hackers.
Cool. I kind of got this cool question for you. What is the weirdest fan encounter you've ever had?
I mean, like, fans.
Oh man.
Because I'm trying to decide if I want to say it like on the record. Fans. I mean, like I said, all my friends are really like friends,
right?
But besides friends, I was talking to you about it earlier. I have a stalker.
Okay,
so that's really in terms of fans,
an unnamed stalker.
An
that's
unnamed
just
stalker
keeping
that will
up
not
with.
be mentioned on this show.
Hey, I'm sorry, everyone, but I did get the exclusive beforehand.
Yes.
And wow, what a story.
Yeah. I just don't like embarrassing people in public, so you're welcome.
Oh my God.
I don't, because if I was to really tell the story,
Yeah.
It'll be a little.
Might as well not. No. Might as well play it safe for everyone. You know.
But yeah, so fan encounter, stalker.
Okay.
We call him Stalker Boy.
We call him Stalker Boy.
Yeah.
Well, who've been some celebrity crushes since you've been growing up?
Lil Nas X.
Oh my God. So when you literally said that's my man, or you literally meant that's my man.
That's my husband.
Oh my God. Anyone else? What about, actually, no. What about Lil Nas X? And what era in specific? Because he's gone through some eras.
I don't know. He's just fine as hell. That man is fine as hell. Okay? Like, damn. But, yeah.
Oh, my Lord. Well, to finish this off, is there a last message that you would like to send to your friends, to the audience, to anyone that may be listening?
I love you guys. You guys are all hot and sexy. And, yeah, you better be there on Saturday, too. If anyone's listening live right now before this shit drops, if you're not there on Saturday, I'm smacking you on sight.
Hey, what can we expect on Saturday?
Okay. I'll give you part of the rundown.
Go ahead.
I'm performing Run It. That's going to be my opening. That's always my opening for every show. Most shows. I'm going to do Run It. I'm going to do some songs from the EP last year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do some unreleased. I'm debuting a new record.
Mm-hmm.
I plan to drop it on my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm going to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, on live. I'm going to debut that record. And, yeah.
I know we were about to wrap this up, but I did want to ask you, why do you think Overload has been the most popular streamed song for you? Is it the collab? You think so?
Part of it is the collab. Part of it is because I was promoting it since that January, and it came out in July.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Esquire, thank you so much for being a part of the talk. This has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. I'm Julio Aviol IV, and that's the talk. Let's close this out with TikTok.
All right.
Run it up, Esquire.
I never needed a handout from niggas to show that I run shit. Never been fake, I say on my chest, the niggas I really don't fuck with. You know who you are, niggas ain't getting no fame. I got them shook without saying the name. Niggas be pussy, you want my respect, but I cannot fuck with a lame. So tick tock, I ain't got time, you niggas be